Take two. Welcome to episode 38 of the Flag to Flag podcast with yours truly, John, the motorsports enthusiast, and Chad Barker, Chad Palou, Piastri, Logano. I mean, these guys.
Well, same song, different album.
Literally. But welcome to episode 38. We're going to talk about all things NASCAR, Formula One, IndyCar, as well as some local racing and some other things going on in the motorsport world. First off, Chad, I want to ask, how are you? How's your week going? You're in a little bit of a different location today.
I am. I'm at my aunt's in Columbus, Ohio. There's a chance in the middle of this show she will be walking into the door and then through that door into the house. But yeah, it's good. Racing this weekend was very, very bad for me. Yes, I went to 2 racetracks within 3 days and watched it rain at all of them. Yeah, but we are back. The weather here in Ohio is about the same. And I saw that you posted a video with the gift I got you.
I did? Oh, I did. Yes. The lovely flags that I'm not going to use in a lot of my videos for funny purposes. Yeah, Chad stole flag from a kid, punched him right in the face.
I acquired.
So when Bonnie and Clyde were stealing things, they didn't.
Wow, we're just going straight to 10. Straight to 10.
They're like, we didn't steal anything. We just acquired them.
Well,
Bro,
okay.
I'm kidding.
We're cleaning up the track at Talladega for the NASCAR Youth Series event.
And you land a right hook.
No, they're just sitting there. I went around to a few people. I was like, hey, I saw your kid playing some flags earlier. Just want to make sure this isn't theirs. Nope, it's not ours. Nope, it's not ours. Nope, it's not ours. Ran out of people. No, I didn't hit a kid. But I was like, all right. So I took them. And I got in my car and I was looking at them. And I'm just like, there's no checkered flag. So I'm like, you know what? John's going to love these.
Yes,
so I get back home. I give them to John, and we still do not have a checkered flag for you to wave, which I thought was hilarious. We still have
I need one. So.
Yeah. Are you going to bring your Indy 500 seat cushion? Which, we need to talk about that, John. We are, I think, let me get confirmation on this.
19.
We are 19 days away from the Indianapolis 500.
7, 14, 15, 16. Yep, 19 to be exact. Yeah, 19 days. It's crazy. Let me say something as I think Chad has frozen. Oh, he's back. He is back. If you're watching,
I didn't freeze on my screen, so hopefully we're good.
Hopefully we're good. But it's weird because it was like, oh yeah, it's like 60 days out, and then there's just like a blur, and now it's like 19 days away. I'm like, what is this? What's coming up? What's the floor coming to? Like, I don't know. Where's the time gone?
So our friend Jesse Binkley was with me at the fairgrounds on Saturday, and we were talking about it, and we were just talking about racing in general. And I go, hey, when's your next race in a Baby Grand? He goes, well, technically it's at Ona Speedway, but I'm not going to be able to make it. I go, why not? And he goes, because I'm going to be at Indy. I'm like, aren't you like almost leading the point standings right now? He goes, it's fine. It's Indy.
Priorities. No,
literally priorities. And here's the thing. It's a 6-race series. He doesn't have the luxury of missing a race. Yeah, no, he's like, no. And I'm just like, dude, you can go to the race. It's fine. He goes, no, this was played way before that. And plus, I really want to go to Indy. I was like, okay, dude, you do you.
Yeah, no, it's Indy 500 is coming up soon. Can't wait. It's going to be it's going to be insane. We're going to be there. So make sure to stick around. We're going to put out a lot of content around that. But let's just dive right into to some of the topics going on this week. What happened this past weekend? So, brief recap: IndyCar was in Barber, Formula One was in Miami, NASCAR was in Texas, and we saw arguably 3 of the best drivers in their sports right now. 2 for sure. Logano, I would say he's one of the best. Win the race. And
it's harder to make that comparison in NASCAR.
Yeah, it is. Because Logano was not on my radar all day. He snuck in. But looking at what happened, you had Palou, another victory, 3 out of the last 4.
He has won 75% of the races this year. 75.
And guess who is the he's going to be the favorite, but guess who won the Suncio Grand Prix last year at Indy, which is coming up this weekend. Alex
Alex
Palou.
Palou.
I mean, he is putting on a clinic, and you're getting to the point where, this is only a 17 race season. There's not a lot of races. He's won 3 out of 17. Like, you have to start looking at this and saying, okay, what else can these drivers do? I mean, for IndyCar, it's getting to the point where, okay, are we going to see Palou truly run away with this and with half the season left? Because at this pace, he would have won 14 races, 13 races if he keeps on this pace. So
it's honestly, it's wild. I don't think we've seen an opening to an IndyCar season like this in a very, very, very long time. Mm-hmm. It's like you said. I mean, it's wild, but also like you said, this is a 17 race season. All right, like this isn't World of Outlaws or high limit sprint cars where you're racing every week and then in the middle of the week for 40 weeks. This isn't NASCAR where you have to have one good weekend, chill out until the last 10 races of the year.
Yeah.
And this isn't Formula One where, if you win the race, you only get 25 points. You don't get, you win an IndyCar race, you get 54 total. The most points you can get on an IndyCar weekend, 54 total points. All right.
Yeah.
50 for winning the race, 1 for leading a lap, 1 for qualifying on pole, and 1 and 2 for leading the most laps. So most you can get is 54 points. Now, statistically, I did the math this morning because I was curious. I knew it was too early, but I did it anyway. Statistically, everyone in the NASCAR or in the IndyCar field, even rookies who haven't raced yet, are eligible for the championship.
Yeah.
So no one is not ineligible yet, but it really is honestly insane. And for me, it's weird because I love seeing a number 10 do really good because that's my number. I love seeing the number 10 do really good. But at the same time, it's one thing I really want to kind of touch on a little bit is what the hell is happened and in some ways is still kind of happening to Penske.
It just looks like they can't qualify. It really just looks like their qualifying is out the window. I mean, Joseph Newgarden has to make his way through the back of the field every single race. And so, I don't know. I'm looking at the point standings right now. I mean, McLaughlin's obviously the best out of the Penske group. But then you have Will Power followed by Joseph Newgarden. I mean, they're all top 11 in points, so not terrible. But it's not great. No top 5s for Will Power, or excuse me, one top 5 for Newgarden. All these numbers are confusing. 2 top 5s for Will Power, where Scott McLaughlin has 2 and he has a pole. But I don't know. It's just qualifying has not been good for the other 2 Penske drivers outside of Scott. So
it really is.
It's odd.
Insane. But we also have to look at this. What do we have coming up in 19 days?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it's the Indy 500, but it's an oval track. All right. We have an oval race as our we have an oval race, which we know Penske, Joseph Newgarden excel at.
Yep.
They excel at that kind of stuff. And even folks like Scott Dixon, who is in a Chip Ganassi car, yes, but I mean, it's right now it's the fight for second.
It is.
In IndyCar.
Yeah, and Christian Lundgaard is done everything except win. Everything except win. And he is currently 60 points behind Alex Palou with 3 top 5s, 4 top 10s, third most laps led on the season. And he's putting on a heck of a show, heck of a season so far. But with the ovals being at the tail end of the season, it would not surprise me if you saw a late surge from Penske trying to get back. Because looking at the schedule, the last 10 races, of the season, there's 5 ovals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So 5 out of the last 10 races are ovals. 6 out of 17 are ovals. So we haven't got to that stint yet. But it is worrisome because you can't always rely on one track to win, one type of track. So hopefully Penske comes back. But looking at the standings, you have Alex Palou, Christian Lundgaard, Kyle Kirkwood, Pato O'Ward, Scott McLaughlin, Rosenquist, Scott Dixon, Colton Herta, Will Power, and Alexander Rossi. Those are the top 10 in point standings right now, with the Soncio Grand Prix coming up this upcoming weekend at Indy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, Palou's doing everything right. I mean, if he keeps on this path, it might be one of the most. It'll be a Max Verstappen season. I think that's what you have to compare it to. It'll be a Max Verstappen season,
or like a mid 2010s Lewis Hamilton season, even. I mean, we don't want that, but at the same time, it's been forever since we've seen a championship, like a car so dominant, so out of the gate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And here's the thing, like, at St. Pete, all right, he had to fight off a few different cars to make it happen. All right? Thermal Club, same thing. He had to play strategy just right. Here at Barber, it was a perfect race.
Yep.
I think, what was the margin of victory?
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it was like 6. Was it 6?
6 seconds.
Maybe. Hold on, I'll have to look. I'll find the exact. I mean, he led 81 laps, say the least.
Out of the 90 laps, yeah.
Excuse me, 16.
Oh, 16. Okay.
Excuse me for that. Let me double. Yeah, 16 seconds to Christian Lundgaard. So, like, I knew there was a 6 in there. So, I mean, it does look like he is putting on a clinic. He's fast. If you get him out front, he's not going to slow down. His strategy is where it needs to be. It's firing on all cylinders. And
yeah,
he has a 60-point gap after 4 races. Let's say he keeps on this track. After 8 races, he has a 120-point gap. Let's say after 12 races, he has a 180-point gap. You only have 5 more races, and you would have to have perfect races where he finishes without any points. I mean, he could wrap this up by race 13 and then not even have to race.
And the only way for you not to get points in IndyCar is for you to not start the race. You start the race, you get a minimum 5 points.
Yeah, so I mean, 60-point gap with 4 races in. He will have to have something catastrophic happen over and over and over again just to be equal. And so I think he could lock, if it keeps on this path, he could lock it up with 3-4 races to go in the season. Where I just got word that Nashville championship race potentially could be back on the table for me. So we'll see.
Like, what do you mean you just got word?
I didn't just get word. We've talked about it, but
it's your anniversary, dude. That's literally the day of your anniversary. Like,
well, yeah, but we'll see. We'll talk about it either way.
I mean, I would love it, but at the same time, I understand. Anyway, let's look forward now. I can't believe I haven't said this yet, John. It's May.
It is May.
It's May.
May 6th to be exact. We're almost
we're May 6th. We're already 6 days into the thing.
That's wild. Time is flying by.
Well, no, not that. It's the biggest month in racing.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Absolutely. All right? It is. Absolutely.
And we are, like you said, 19 days away from the biggest day of racing for the year.
9, I guess technically.
Like, I'm honestly, I don't know. I always get excited this time of year.
No, it's a great time of year. The weather's changing. Racing is in full swing. It's the best month in motorsports. Nothing more you can ask for.
Really. But yeah, and we've already had some good racing. All right. I mean, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Miami and Texas were good races.
They were great. All the races this weekend were well, I'll say Texas was an eh. Because at the end
compared
of the race,
to other Texas races, it was fantastic.
Yes, but as a whole, it looked like an iRacing lobby by the end of it. Like, they couldn't keep it on the track. They looked like an iRacing lobby.
That's half the reason I watch. Kidding. But
oh man,
But I mean, it's like we're already having some fantastic racing, and IndyCar, it's May because we're headed to Indianapolis. The
We are.
Sonocio,
Soncio.
I was close. The Soncio Grand Prix at Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the road course. We've got that coming up this weekend. We have back-to-back IndyCar weekends.
We do, and then nothing, and then we'll be at the 500, which is so cool. So cool.
I mean, there's a bunch of build-up. Like, there's plenty to watch with IndyCar.
Oh gosh, tons. Yeah, tons to watch.
But you want to go ahead and give your picks, or
for Indy this
Indy
weekend?
Road Course.
Palou. It would be stupid to not pick Palou.
Yeah. I was trying to think of someone to be interesting, so I was going to wait and see what you were going to say. But yeah, I think Palou's going to be the best bet.
If it's not Palou, it's hard to bet against. I would be curious to see even what Pato could do.
Pato or even Herta.
Yeah, I would go Palou or Pato. The two P's this weekend. I'll go 1-2, but we may get a surprise victory. Who knows?
I got you.
But yeah. So those are our picks. That race is going on. That race is going on at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time on Fox on Saturday, May 10th. So,
yeah, which I'm fine with. But if you want to stay up to date with everything happening in IndyCar, make sure you tune into the Flag to Flag podcast in the whole month of May, because we are going to be building this up not only for y'all but for ourselves, because we'll be going to the race. Have you been to the Indy 500 before? No. Okay. I think I'm the only one in the group who's been there. Who's been to the race.
I've been to the track. I've been to the track for the Porsche Carrera Cup, but I have not been for the Indy 500. So
I got you. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be. I'm honestly beyond excited for this.
Oh yeah, it's I'm gonna I was gonna say something. I'm keeping it rolling. We're keeping it rolling to the F1 in Miami. How about that? Let's talk about Formula One in Miami. This weekend,
Indy vlog is gonna be wild.
It's gonna be something else. Indy 500 coming up in 2.5 weekends. By the way, if you haven't already guessed by how many times we said 19 days. Moving on to Formula One though in Miami. What?
You're excited? Can you tell I'm excited for the race?
I know. I don't think you're excited.
Let's get to Formula One.
Yeah, Formula One in Miami. So started off the weekend with great.
We've got a dog.
Oh, we have a floof.
We have a dog.
Floof. Oh, hello. Look at the floof.
Her birthday bandana.
That's her birthday bandana. This is my Aunt Kathy. You're on the podcast.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I was coming in to tell you that you could set up on Justin's desk, but clearly.
Yeah, I'm already on Justin's desk.
There we go, Chad.
Alrighty.
All right. I'll sit.
But yeah, Formula One in Miami. Expectations were kind of mild.
Yeah, but I thought it was. Really, the weekend was great. The sprint was very exciting.
Oh yeah,
the Lego race was very exciting.
Arguably my favorite part of the weekend.
A lot of people didn't like that. Well, let me rephrase. Not a lot of people. There were people who thought it was not appropriate for Formula One. Either way, they just had. Either way, hey.
God forbid we have a little fun.
Oh, they literally, all those F1 drivers turned into what you and I would turn into, a 5-year-old. And go out there and that's our dream, to drive. I mean, come on, a life-size Lego race car?
Honestly, that's
yeah.
It honestly, I didn't even know that was happening. I knew the Lego cars were going to be there.
I didn't know they could work.
John knows I'm a massive Lego fan. I have built the giant Lego Titanic. All right. But I don't think it was what the organizers expected it to be.
No. They were like, oh yeah, they're gonna parade, they're gonna mine, they're gonna just
wave to the fans.
You give 20 Formula One drivers a shot to run a Lego car on a track. You don't think they're gonna try to race and wreck each other? Come on. Who do you think these drivers are?
I felt bad for all the passengers. Like, they had one guy driving, and then the passenger was in no control of anything that was happening.
They were filming everybody else, all the drivers. It was fantastic, great activation.
Oh yeah, it was a very good move. And then the race itself, it was fantastic. It was honestly like all of it from lights out to the checkered flag. It was fantastic. I mean, I think we only had a few virtual safety cars.
Yeah.
But besides that, I felt like it was pretty good. It was some good racing.
Yeah, it was. It was a solid race, and a couple storylines that I'm looking at is, Piastri now 3 races in a row, championship favorite by far. But one big thing that I've noticed is Albon and Sainz. They are clearly the 5th best team in Formula One. Looking at Ferrari's radio, there's something to figure out there. There's still lack of communication, but also I think it's safe to say that, one, Max Verstappen got outsmarted by Piastri, and Lando Norris could not make the same move that Piastri did. I was watching the race. I want to go back and I want to see if I can pull both clips to where Piastri got by Verstappen and Lando tried the exact same move, and it didn't work. Now, whether it was because Max already knew what was going to happen, sure, but Piastri outsmarted a 4-time champ, and that battle was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, and Lando was not able to get around Max like Oscar was in literally the exact same situation. Same corner, same DRS zone, same speed, same, entrance and braking, different braking points just due to the drivers, but it was, the same situation. I'm like, okay, Piastri has what it takes. That moment, I think, is one moment that shows me that he can be a world champion. He can be and put his car into places where he can make Max Verstappen vulnerable. And when you make Max Verstappen vulnerable, regardless of what the car looks like, it's Max. I think you're doing pretty freaking well. So, Oscar got the win. If you haven't listened or learned or heard about, Oscar Piastri got the win.
But it all in all, it was a pretty good weekend. I mean, we had. See, I don't know if I 100% agree with this, but I'm not the one who makes the decision. But we technically had the youngest ever pole sitter.
Oh, with Kimi? Oh, with Kimi, yeah. Kimi in the sprint. I mean, it's a race. It's a race.
And that is true. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, like, usually, like, when you're the youngest, it's by, a couple months or anything. 3 years.
Yeah, dude's a freaking kid. He's 18. Like, just
3 years.
Yeah, it's
Sebastian Vettel by 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wow.
Antonelli is going to be an insane talent in Formula One. I mean, it's wild. But looking at the rest of the results, McLaren, Lando Norris, double podium with George Russell in 3rd, Verstappen in 4th, Albon in 5th. Antonelli, Leclerc, Hamilton, Sainz, and Tsunoda made up the top 10. And right now, it is, it's the Oscar show. I mean, it's the Oscar show.
It's the Oscars.
Literally, yeah. And there's really not a lot to say. I don't know if you know this, but Piastri won by 37 seconds over George Russell and the rest of the field. Technically 32 if you are 33 if you want to do from a McLaren to a Mercedes. That's an insane gap. A 33-second gap.
It is.
And apparently, I don't know if you knew this, but apparently Red Bull released a new floor that was supposed to close the gap between Red Bull and McLaren. Obviously didn't work very well. But it right now, 6 races in, McLaren, I mean, they're
that's the risk you run whenever you put these new developments on the car. That's why it's so exciting when a bunch of teams do new developments at once, because you're just like, all right, what's going to work? What's not going to work? And then
yeah.
And speaking of the ending of the race, we had racing all the way till the end of the race. I mean, it was pretty good, and I think Crofty said it best. We're in the country that made rubbing his racing famous.
Yeah. I mean, and Carlos Sainz almost did dirty work against Lewis Hamilton. When he made that move, I was like, that's a late lunge. That is a late lunge, even for NASCAR. I mean, that's a late lunge.
For anything, that was a late lunge.
Yeah, and the fact that Lewis was able to handle it and they were able to walk away, it was good. So, but F1 is off this week, so no F1 this week. They will next be going to my favorite country in the world outside of the United States. It is going to be Italy, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix at Imola. Love Italy. Love the track. Love Monza. Love Italy. Love Imola. Love it all.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they're going over there. Will Ferrari have something? They got to fix their communication issues. You want to see Ferrari win in Italy.
Oh yeah, you want to see the hometown crowd do well.
Exactly. But right now, I mean, you have 2 weeks. Teams are going to come out with upgrades. Like you said, the question is, are they going to be good or are they going to be bad? Do you not come out with upgrades because you're banking on the teams that you're racing against to come out with upgrades that are worse than what they have right now? It's all this big chess game that Ferrari needs to figure out what the heck's going on with their communication. The rest of the grid just needs to figure out how to catch up. But also, we had 4 rookies in Miami DNF. And so I want to talk about that too. Like, these rookies are going to be it's getting kind of rough for these guys.
I don't know the extent of the damage on Duhan's car, but it looked like they could have just swapped the tire and kept going.
Yeah, with Duhan, I don't know. But they're worried about swapping drivers. I don't know if you've heard about that. There's speculation.
So many there's so many. I heard. I've started taking everything I've seen on Formula One social media, unless it's from Formula One or a team.
Yep.
If it's outside of that, I take it with a very, very, very small grain of salt. I heard like a month ago, or like a month and a half ago, that Christian Horner was resigning from Red Bull. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then literally it was just one post. And I was like, I'm not going to say anything because I don't think it's true or not.
Yeah.
But then we go in and then nothing happened. I'm like, okay, yeah, there you go. Like, you start taking everything with a grain of salt. Because
you have to.
Yeah.
You have to. And there is one rumor that wouldn't surprise me if it came true, but the replacement of Jack Doohan, that is one that is pretty heavily speculated
Who would
right now.
replace him?
Colapinto. So,
Yeah,
which I love. I love Franco. Good old Franco Colapinto. Let's see if there's any news as of right now of it. Doohan informed of Alpine change set to be replaced immediately. They're considering a swap. See, that's the thing. Like right now, Doohan's been informed, set to be replaced immediately. Then ESPN, it says Alpine considers Doohan Colapinto driver swap. That's the thing. And also, I don't know if you knew this.
Even ESPN, I take with as little. I take very little from, because it's like,
right?
Who's getting word from the grapevine and then jumping the gun before anything's ever even official.
Right. One thing I will have to say that did happen today, a couple hours ago, but the Alpine team boss, Britton Oliver Oaks, is going to be replaced by Flavio Briatore, who once received a lifetime ban from Formula One for that very famous incident that is still possibly in the headlines with Crashgate. And so basically, long story short, he was a part of a team that intentionally wrecked so their team could win the championship. Basically, that's what happened. And the principal got banned for life from all motorsport. Really, well, for a period of time, but he's back. He's back now as the Alpine boss. Also, I don't know if you know this. Watching Drive to Survive, did you know that Carlos Sainz could have gone to Alpine or could have gone to Kick?
Oh, yeah.
Kick Sauber. So those two things very much could have happened with Flavio there, but that is news that
I'm going to be honest, and this might be my this just might be my mindset with everything, but your team principal coming on is someone who previously had a lifetime ban from Formula One. I don't know about you. I want that guy on my team. Because it shows he's not scared to think out of the box. He's not scared to push the limit.
Yeah, well, he pushes limits, he pushes buttons, he pushes it all. I mean, it is interesting. It's an interesting move, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen with this coming up. I mean, because you have Alpine that has I think Pierre Gasly is a great driver. I think he can do wonders, but like, I don't know how this is going to turn out a second time around. But
Yeah.
either way, Formula One was in Miami. Great
You also
race.
got to think about he might have a microscope on him for a little while.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it's not going to be as easy sailing as it once was. It's a very different sport too. So,
yeah.
I think I'm just curious to see how it's going to turn out.
Me too.
Who knows? But moving on now to our NASCAR, or do you want to talk about local racing reports?
I was about to say, man, we got a local racing report. We are going to Cottage Grove, Oregon.
Ooh, okay.
For the at Cottage Grove Speedway this past weekend on the 3rd. Excuse me. They had late models, limited sprints, IMCA modifieds, IMCA sportsmens, and IMCA sports compact. Here is your top 3 from both. From all of these. Okay. Already starting off interesting here. So, for this first race, for the late models feature, the way they are on the scoring sheet might not be how they actually cross the line, because it says here the number 32 of Burke Elkins and then started 4th, but was disqualified.
Interesting.
Doesn't say why he was disqualified, just says there was a disqualification. But here's your top 3. Started 6th, came home 3rd. The number 24 was Nathan Augustine. Started 5th, finished 2nd. And the number 13B was Randy Barley. And started on pole, finished on pole in the number 99, BJ Donofrio. Limited sprints now. 12 cars made up the field for this one. Or actually, never mind. So, this looks like it was a pretty easy weekend for the limited sprints. Started 1st, finished 1st, and was the only car for the limited sprints division. Steve Smith in the number 35 takes the checkered flag in the limited sprints. However, it does say on here there were no laps completed, so it sounds like he was the only one who showed up, and they scratched the race for the night. But yeah, congrats to him, I guess.
Yeah.
Now for our IMCA modifieds. Started 8th, finished 3rd, and the number 13 was Bryson James. Started 7th, finished 2nd, and the number 7M was Ethan Killingsworth. That's an interesting one. Started 6th, finished 1st, and the number 5M was Jake Maiden. From Springfield, Oregon. Do you know what's significant about Springfield, Oregon?
Tell me.
That is where The Simpsons takes place.
Huh. Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I got really bored one night.
Nice.
It was like 3 a.m. and I just went down a YouTube rabbit hole.
It happens.
Started 7th, finished 3rd in the IMCA Sport Mods. In the number 1,185 was Ricky Ashley. So good for him. Hell of a number. Started 1st, finished 2nd. The number 11 machine was Trevor Points. And started 4th, finished 1st. And the number 7S, Matt Sanders. Finally, with our IMCA Sport Compacts. Started 6th, finished 3rd. In the number 29, Matthew Bangle. Started 8th, finished 2nd. The number 24, Tiffany Towns. Started 2nd, finished 1st. In your IMCA Sport Compacts, number 9, Jack Vicari. So, congratulations to all top 3 from Cottage Grove Speedway in Cottage Grove, Oregon. Something's going on upstairs. You would like your local short track shouted out on the Flag to Flag podcast, email flagtoflag10@gmail.com, or hit us up on any of our social media channels. Listen up for those at the end of the week, at the end of the podcast. Make sure you go out to your local short track this weekend and bring a friend. This week's Flag to Flag at the track won't be anywhere. I need a weekend off, guys.
Yes, you do.
So I'm taking the weekend off, and as things look like right now, I haven't told John about this yet, but I have some friends who are graduating next week from the University of Tennessee.
Hey, go Balls.
And they invited me to come down and hang out for the weekend. So I will be at UTK. I will be at UT Knoxville this weekend, just hanging out with some buddies.
Absolutely, fun. Yeah, there you go. Fantastic.
Well,
I didn't realize graduation was this weekend.
It's next week, but it's like the last weekend, so it's
yeah.
I'm gonna go have some fun, John.
Go be a college kid, Chad. Go be a college kid. Either way, moving on to NASCAR, we saw a Texas race that overall, for Texas, good.
Multiple Texas races that were good. Did you see the truck race?
Yeah, I mean,
truck race was incredible.
Right, the ratings went up year over year, 9% growth from last year. Peaked at 3.3 million viewers. Was the most watched Texas race since 2020. So ratings are
wasn't much of anything going on in 2020 though. So
no, that's correct. So racing better. I think the big thing for me is it was really unpredictable. I mean, you saw Barry just lose it, and you saw multiple drivers just lose it off the back end of turn 3 and 4.
Yeah.
It turned into an iRacing lobby. You saw a kangaroo. Also, I just now learned this. Listen to this. This is crazy. Somebody on TikTok said this.
Is this about your TikTok post that you made earlier?
Well, yes, but just hear this. So they showed a Joey, right? A kangaroo. He finished in first. Do you know what is called? Listen, I don't know if this is true. I have to look this up. Actually, there's no way this is true. No, this is not right. Hold on. I gotta see if this is legit. Chad, you can continue speaking.
Oh no, I'm letting you try and figure this out. I think I know where this is going.
So I don't know if this is true or not. I don't think it is. After looking at this, somebody commented that finishing third in Australia, a term for it is called a Blaney. And then finishing in second is called a melon.
And the winner of the race was Joey Logano. And we saw at the start of the race a kangaroo, which in Australia is apparently called a Joey.
A baby kangaroo is a Joey, yes.
A baby kangaroo is a Joey.
Yeah, that is true. The other two I don't think are true. I'm just messing with you.
I'm trying to think. This is one of those things where, like, usually with stuff like this, I'm like, I don't know, but I could call someone who knows. I don't think I have anyone I can call.
I don't have anybody either. No, I don't have anybody either. Somebody commented that. I was like, no, that's definitely not the case.
That might be pushing a little bit. It could be true. It could be true. But the odds?
No, there's no way. No.
I mean,
no.
Yeah. And then, honestly, Joey Logano winning this race reminded me of when he won the Nashville race last year.
Yep.
All right. There were so many people who left that race at Nashville upset. And so many people who left the race at Texas upset because Joey Logano won. And I'm like, I'm not the biggest Joey Logano fan in the world. All right. I grew up a Hendrick fan. And if you're a Hendrick fan, you weren't a Penske fan.
Right.
That's how it went. But I didn't leave Nashville upset last year.
Oh, no, that was one of the greatest races I've ever been to.
Oh, 5 overtimes. That's insane. And then we have an overtime finish at Texas. It was a good race. Like,
I mean, you know why people are upset. It's because Joey Logano comes in and somehow wins the races that he's not supposed to. People are still mad that he got into the playoffs last year. People are still mad that he won at Las Vegas. People are still mad that he won the championship. They're just mad that Joey Logano does well.
We talked about this last year, at the end of last year, where Joey Logano won the championship, and people were like, "This season was horrible." Like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm like, okay, the guy you didn't want to win won the whole thing. All right.
Yeah.
It was still a good season.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, this is the same thing with like if Hamlin ever wins it. Like I don't want to see Hamlin win, but if he wins, okay, great. I'm not going to say that that's a bad season.
Yeah.
And also the thing is like just because your driver doesn't win or a driver that you don't like wins doesn't negate everything else that happened. I mean, I know people will think that way, but it doesn't. Like Joey Logano still had to execute to win the championship. Yeah, he got in because of a disqualification.
He got it done when it counted the most.
Okay, but just because you were handed the opportunity doesn't mean that you were going to execute on the opportunity. There's no correlation there. It's the same argument people I've seen, and people have messaged me about this, where like people are comparing William Byron and Joey Logano together when it comes to how William Byron has won races and how Joey Logano has won championships. Like they've been lucky. They've been, it's more luck than anything. Joey Logano got lucky with the Bowman incident. William Byron got lucky at Daytona with the Daytona 500 with the cautions and how they flew and all this stuff. And Richard Petty says it best. I'd rather be lucky than good any day. But also, on the flip side, you have to put yourself into those positions to be lucky, which inherently there is an element of skill added into that. Joey Logano had to go out and compete and win when he needed to. The opportunity was there. William Byron, he could have chose another line. He could have chose to go a different way. But the team makes the calls. I think it was a race at Vegas. No, it was Phoenix, where he was at the right place at the right time and won a race because of what happened at the finish.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing. It's just NASCAR fans cannot not like they have to argue about something. I don't know if you've noticed this, but there always has to be something wrong.
I feel like that can almost be said about any form of racing.
Yeah.
Really any form of sports if you really think about it. Like the only form of racing I don't see that in is maybe IndyCar.
Oh, well, no, people are upset about IndyCar this weekend.
I mean,
I know, let me rephrase. I know there were some people who were upset because they didn't show the push to pass or the tire compounds enough. And it was, people didn't like that. And
boo-hoo.
I mean, like
what tire compound? What color circle do you see on the tire? That's what compound they got on, bud. All right.
Yeah. Well, and I will say though, it is good to know that information. Like I think F1 does a great job with that. Yeah. I think for IndyCar, yes, for the Fox broadcast, add it in. Like I think you need to add it in more so you know what's going on. But that's not going to dictate the whole race.
Yeah.
Like it's these little things. I'm just like. We're going down a whole rabbit.
We're going down a rabbit hole right now. We do that a lot, but anyway,
we do. Yeah.
Getting back to NASCAR in Texas. I mean, like I said earlier, for Texas standards, it was a fantastic race.
For Texas, it was good. For 2025, on the Gluck poll, I think it was like 50-50, which is low.
Honestly,
which is low.
I'd even dare to say it was a better race than last weekend at Talladega. Some of the stuff we were expecting to see at Talladega, we saw at Texas. And you think about it like, all right, well, we didn't have a massive crash at Talladega. We had a massive crash for a intermediate track standards.
Yeah.
We had lots of crashes. We had a somewhat unexpected winner.
I wish McDowell could have got it done, though. I wish McDowell could have held on. He drove that thing all the way to the end. But I agree. And looking at the Gluck poll.
He drove it till the thing didn't want to drive anymore. That's right. What he did.
Exactly. And if you don't know what the Gluck poll is, it's Jeff Gluck. Shout out. He always does this. But he puts out, was it a good race poll? And he has a poll. And this past week,
I voted.
23,000 people voted. It's literally a 50-50 split. 50.7% of people said it was a good race. 43.9% said it was a bad race. And the only three races that were that had less yes ratings or approval ratings was Darlington at 45.9%, Talladega at 39%, and Bristol at 20%. So fourth worst race of the year. And that's why I think I have it as an eh.
That's surprising, though. I mean, those tracks that have a low approval rating, Darlington, Bristol, Talladega, which we're not going to get into this episode. Maybe an episode where we don't have as much to talk about, we can get into it. But conversations are coming up. All right, are we starting to see what's falling through the cracks here with this next gen car?
Oh, we are,
Right?
and we absolutely are. I mean, it's making good
With the
tracks
next gen
back, and bad
car,
tracks good.
yeah. Oh, like with the Gen 6 car, they were fantastic on super speedways, iffy on intermediates. Now these cars are fantastic on intermediates, but now they're iffy on super speedways.
Yeah, it's so wild. It's so wild. Martinsville and Bristol in the bottom 5, with Vegas, Coda, and Bowman Gray and Homestead the top 4. So it's interesting. Also, I want to say this. So NASCAR's going to be in Kansas this week. Love this track. Love this race.
My favorite intermediate track on the schedule.
If you haven't gone, you got to go. Kansas is such a good race. I went once. I would love to go again. We have 3 things that happened in the last 24 hours, or something that'll happen in the next 8 hours. 1, Homestead Miami Speedway is the finale in 2026. 2, they're on a rotating schedule for the finale for the foreseeable future. One thing that I have an issue, though, is that I think it's only going to be rotated in warm weather climates, because that's what the speculation is. It's not going to be any super speedway. It's not going to be a road course, from what I've heard.
I would love to see the season be decided at Talladega. That would be amazing. We want to fix super speedway racing? Put the damn championship race at a super speedway. That'll fix super speedway racing.
So they want it to be in key markets. That's what they said, key markets. And so easy markets here. Charlotte. That's going to be in 2027. It's not confirmed. If they are not in Charlotte in 2027, what are you doing? Like, literally, what are you doing?
Maybe Las Vegas.
That's the other one. That's a warm weather climate. The issue, Charlotte in November is cold. That's the thing, is like this is going to be very tricky depending on how they want this to go. I would love to see Darlington. I would love to see maybe Michigan. I would love to see maybe Nashville, maybe Kansas, like these 1.5 miles.
I'm going to say this about Nashville. I would love nothing more than for the championship race to be at our home track. That'd be fantastic. Yeah. Any fan, like, as much as I'm excited for it to move to Homestead, I know that the local NASCAR fans in Phoenix, they got to be a little upset, because it's like, yeah, you still might be getting 2 races, but one of those races is arguably one of the most important races of the year to get the championship. So there is that. However, there is an issue if it does go to Nashville, because every few years, NASCAR Championship weekend and All-American 400 weekend clash. All right? Yep. Last year we got lucky, and it was the weekend before.
Yeah.
All right?
We'll see.
I want to so badly have, like, I want to have it at Nashville. I feel like that'd be, you want to talk about markets? I feel like Nashville's a great market. Lebanon might not be a great market, but I know a different track.
I know where you're going with this.
That would be a fantastic market.
I mean, that's a great play for like 3 years from now. Woof. Woof, woof.
Can you hear that?
You can't hear a dog? I can hear a dog, yeah.
I can hear a dog.
Imagine a race at the fairgrounds or Bristol. Championship race at Bristol with tires. Dude, I mean, like...
You know what? Let's make the championship race back on what this sport was built on, okay? Just like Crofty said in the Formula One race, the land where rubbing is racing. All right? This is the only time I would be okay with moving Martinsville on the schedule.
Oh, yeah, you could do it.
Martinsville for the championship race.
It's cold anyways. It's cold anyway.
It's already cold.
It's already cold. It don't need to do that. And it's not a great market. Like, for NASCAR, great market. For, like, track-wise. For, like, city, though, not a good market.
Yeah.
That's the issue. And so I think Charlotte is a no-brainer. I mean, that having a championship in Charlotte and NASCAR's home background, that is easy. I'm very curious to see where they're going to go. But the third thing is we have, in just about 7 hours, NASCAR Full Speed drops on Netflix. So hopefully that's
I'm actually
good.
like super excited about that. Have you seen a few of the sneak peeks?
I've seen William Byron's as a Byron fan. It is good. It is good.
Last night I watched the sneak peek of Harrison Burton.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, it shows how brutal the sport is when you have Jeb Burton, his dad, go, "It sucks, but I don't feel bad for him."
Yeah, it's cool.
That's one of those things where I was like, "Damn!"
I have very high hopes, so I'll be watching. So make sure to tune in. It should be dropping at midnight, I think, tonight.
I'm staying up.
I'm not.
I'm watching the sun come up.
More power to you, buddy. More power to you. But
don't look at me like that. You watched the 24 Hours of Daytona, no sleep.
That was the 24 Hours of Daytona. That's only live once. This is a series that'll be in live forever in perpetuity. Like I can watch it.
I'll probably go to sleep. I don't know if I'll sleep.
Yeah.
I might watch like the first episode. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna watch the first episode, and then I'm just gonna keep like, okay, I've got to watch the next one. Okay, next thing you know, I'm going through all 5 episodes.
Yeah, not a lot.
That's the thing where it's like it's a little frustrating. I know there's probably other forces at power there that are the reason behind that, but IndyCar or Formula One gets 10 episodes. I don't know how many episodes F1 The Academy is getting.
I don't know.
All right.
Looked.
Now we have a whole new Netflix special coming out about Kimi Antonelli.
Oh, it's already out, I think. I'm excited for that because I'm a big Kimi fan. I love Kimi.
I think it's what I don't know is that there's a chance that could tank, because what if we get a scenario? I don't think this is going to happen. All right, but it's racing. Anything can happen. What if? How long is Kimi's contract?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Don't know off the top of my head.
Just go through 27, just to be safe. Through 27. All right. What if after that, like, he loses his ride, huh?
1 year in Mercedes. It's a 1-year contract. It's a rookie contract.
Yeah, it was probably the biggest seat move in the history of the sport.
Yeah.
But I think the focus should be more on the guy who made the move, not the guy who filled the seat in.
Fair, but I think they are putting a lot of eggs into Kimi. I mean, he's proven to be good. He's the best of the rookies. He can finish in the top 5. He's been very consistent.
He just needs a little bit more out of the car.
And just more time. I mean, like he is proving. I mean, I could see him driving for Ferrari. I could see him driving for a Red Bull. I really could. Also, if you're into endurance racing, this weekend is the World Endurance Championship from Spa, the 6 Hours of Spa, one of my favorite tracks. I will be watching that. Love Spa. That's taking place this weekend as well. Chad, really quick though, our pick is for Kansas.
Ooh. See, this is why I like Kansas, because, you know, what's even better is the playoff night race at Kansas, in my opinion, is even better. But, ooh. I don't know. Maybe no. Who's your pick?
Who's my pick? I haven't made it fully yet.
Actually, I think I just got my pick, but yeah, go ahead. Okay, I feel like you pick him way more than you should.
When was the last time I picked William Byron to win?
Darlington.
And look at what almost happened. Like, he put on a clinic. Like, it's not like I'm making a pick and they wreck on lap 1 like Kyle Larson. Yeah, screw you, Larson fans. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. The driver's been there at the end. So I'm going to pick William Byron. I mean, he's fast. He's 1.5 mile speed is good. You just got to get out of trouble and stay out of trouble, and strategy play out his factor. So I'm going to go, I'll go Willie B. I'll go Willie B.
This track is a little different than the last track that my driver won at. However, I think his results are still there. I think he has a possibility. And he's already got a win on the season.
Good pick. Solid pick.
I don't know if you think you know. Who do you think I'm talking about?
Are you picking Josh?
How the hell do you know that?
I pick up context clues.
Yeah.
I pick up
Yes.
context clues.
I think honestly, Josh Berry might give him a good run for their money.
No, it's a good pick. It's a great pick.
All right. If he could just hold it together, he'd be fantastic. I remember when he won at Las Vegas, I had like taken a nap and I was like, I'm going to wake up before the race starts. And I woke up with like 20 laps to go.
Did they ever release a diecast? Do we know?
No, but it's the same one. Like like a race win diecast, I have no clue, but I'm pretty sure they've released diecast of him just as he is.
I don't know if they've released a race win yet.
I got you.
I want to see. I'll have to dive deep into this later. But okay, you're going Josh Berry. I'm going William Byron. Both Bs this season. Yeah. What about Christopher Bell? Where has he gone? He's like kind of been just you know.
I mean, to be completely honest, he could just be chilling out.
He could be pulling a William Byron. What William does, he wins, doesn't do shit in the summer.
Wins early, doesn't do anything for the rest of the year.
And then comes out, yeah. I mean,
and then has a massive playoff run.
It's wild. It works. It works.
Which, with the way the playoff format is designed, that's what you do. I mean, why use up and tear up your stuff when you're already in?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Bell's already got 3 wins. Like, he's not going to be out of the playoffs. He's going to be one of the top seeds. So.
Oh yeah, like it's not like if we like some of these guys who have 1 wins right now, like you want to get more than 1 win because just in case the anomaly, which has only happened once in playoff history, where we have 16 different race winners.
Yeah.
All right, and if we have more, then we go off of points. But then again, they still go off of wins, where Bell has 3 wins.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, you're going Barry. I'm going Byron. I'm going Palou. Who is your pick for Indy? You said, what did you say?
You know what? I'm going to go, I was juggling in between, but I'm going to go Herta.
Herta? Solid pick. I think solid pick. I think Herta could get it done. I'm still going to go with Palou, though. Palou is just...
I don't blame you. That's my second pick.
Palou is just a god. The Spanish Rocket. That's what I'm going to start calling him. In our ATOAL chat, we were talking about it, and I was like, he's being a rocket right now. And somebody was like, oh, the Cohete Palou, which is rocket in Spanish. I think it's Cohete. And I was like, the Spanish Rocket. I know he's the Spanish Conquistador, I believe, is his nickname. I think the Spanish Rocket is pretty damn cool.
I barely passed Spanish class.
Well, Spanish, you should know what Spanish is.
Spanish, yeah. I know Spanish. I don't speak it. You want to know what I learned? Do you want to know what I learned in Spanish class?
Oh no.
I learned the basics and fundamentals of poker. You want to know what I didn't learn? Spanish.
Well, good to see that.
That's a clip.
That's a great clip. That's a great clip. On that note, this wraps up episode 38 of the Flag to Flag podcast. If you haven't already, make sure to like this show on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, as well as like on Spotify, and share this with anybody that you know that's a racing fan and wants to get some fun commentary and also get some insights about what's going on in the motorsport world. Also, follow us on all social media channels at Flag to Flag Podcast everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Don't really go on X very much. But on Instagram, it is at Flag to Flag _podcast. I should have gotten my flag, but I don't have one. Waving the imaginary checkered flag right now because Chad didn't punch the other kid for that one. But this wraps up episode 38. Peace.
Bye.